space.
Stop touching me! 17.
And we're starting with you saying 17. So welcome to episode 17. I'm with you again.
I know.
In time travel times, we've just had our wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
And we did it in Cleethorpes.
We did.
The anniversary, we didn't do it in Cleethorpes. 17 years, we don't do it. But this time travel is a week before our anniversary as we're recording.
Yep.
A week before? Yeah, a week before. Summer season started.
It has.
Camp shows have started.
Yeah, they have.
You seem really happy.
I'm exhausted already.
Great stuff.
It's like 6 weeks of this.
Is this why there's a bar of chocolate hiding behind the computer?
Hey, look, no, it's not hiding. This is hailing back to my slimming world. I don't care. I'm eating Marvellous Creations because it makes me happy.
Well, what you got to tell us?
We've been
Have
married.
I just stolen that from Cody Rhodes?
I don't know. But what I was going to tell you is, like, you know, we've been married 15 years. This makes me happy. There you go. I can have a dig about not doing it too.
Cool.
Anyway.
What else you got to tell us?
We've got some shows coming up. Ticket. Actually, when this goes out, will it be post August 2nd?
Ooh, that's. Do you know what? We should have put that in the notes. I should also put my phone on silent.
So you said you were prepared.
Yeah, I was prepared until we do time travel, and then I'm fucked.
Are you not?
So, Sunday the 26th is the KD episode. Goes out on August
This is really exciting.
3rd, so it's the day after the show. How did the show go?
Really well. And at this point in time, because I've had a long day at work, I can't actually remember any of the matches, so I can't tell you any of the results. Not that it's predetermined or planned in any way, shape or form.
And it normally changes on the day anyway, so
Yes,
you could tell
it
a
does.
result now, and it will have changed anyway, so you'll look like a right moron.
It's
I
normal.
nearly said a non-PG word.
You did.
I did.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, but that does mean, though, that August 2nd is out the way, so tickets will be going on sale for our show at 1NK on September the 27th, I think. And I've decided that is going to be King of the Cage, and it's really exciting because we're going to do some fundraising with that one for the service users of the Boundary Street Hub.
Oh, so you're announcing it on here, you aren't going to do it on Facebook?
Yeah, no, I'm going to do it now, why not?
Cool, but...
I've just
Okay,
done it
no,
now.
that's plenty of time still, that's
Of course
fine.
it is, it's fine.
I'm struggling with time travel.
Look, I haven't even made the post yet. I mean, I haven't. Jack hasn't. So.
Okay, so we're bringing the cage back to Lincoln. Does that mean we are stopping the shows at Gainsborough?
For now.
Why is that?
Because it's just a little bit difficult for people, I think, and the cost of living's gone up, and the prices of the ex-church have gone up, and it's just not all that financially viable, if I'm honest.
So us putting our prices up again, referencing back to the other week, isn't because we're being fucking greedy. It's because our costs keep going up.
Oh yeah, like massively.
And we haven't passed these costs on. And if you're a whingy little bitch about it, suck my balls.
So anyway, yeah. So we may come back in 2026. Haven't decided that yet.
And my balls will still be allowed to be soaked.
I have no words. It's because his wife don't do it. That's why. That's the problem, apparently.
You didn't realise our kids watch this podcast. One of them actually stars on it, so
And
we should probably stop talking about
as
that
one
sort
of them
stuff.
said, the walls are really thin, Mum. Hence the reason why you don't get it.
So,
Anyway.
yeah, we should probably introduce our guest, and you should probably pull your seat forward because your chair is rubbing against the trophy for Body Slams to Cancer.
I know, but I'm trying.
Oh, Body Slams to Cancer, before we introduce you,
Oh my God.
Body Slams to Cancer. I know it's been said online, but do it on here.
Oh yeah, okay. So we've decided that normally we have two charities that we support, Body Slams to Cancer, every year. We've done this like literally since the day dot, and we always choose a children's charity and an adults charity. And we have supported Sophie's journey for many, many years now. And we repeatedly support them just because actually they are amazing. So they supply free holidays for children with that are undergoing palliative care, and usually children that are kind of end of life, which is really sad. But it is wonderful for those families to create these amazing memories. But now they've branched out and they are going into free holidays for adults that are palliative care and end of life, and they're creating a place called the Lodge, and this is going to be based in Woodall Spa, and it's going to take quite a bit of money to get off the ground. And as a palliative care nurse, I just can't shout about this enough. I just think it's wonderful. The patients that we deal with day in, day out need this. Their families need this. So that's why we've decided that 100% of the profits from Body Slams to Cancer 2025 are going to Sophie's Journey, because it's just amazing.
The work that Stacey does and the volunteers do is
it's just incredible.
With everything, with the shop, with the fun runs, with absolutely everything. And even Body Slams to Cancer, they bring in raffle prizes.
Yeah.
They sell tickets more than some people are on the matches, and that's not a dig at people.
No,
that's like they really get involved.
Yeah.
And I think as a charity they're amazing. So yeah, I think it's a great call.
Yeah, so there we go. So that is.
We've agreed on something on camera.
Yay!
Shit.
I know.
Well, now we should introduce our guest. Sorry.
Okay.
No worries, guys.
So this is Jamie, and he's a volunteer from Andy's Man Club. Also one of the parents from our juniors and our juniors class. So hi, welcome to the
Should be the lad and dad, but I'm not the lad. I'm the mum.
So it's the mum and dad podcast.
She's really
I'm
weird.
going with the madhouse, to be honest. I love it.
Yeah, it is a little bit.
We are crazy.
No, guys, thanks for having me. And first, obviously, congratulations on your wedding anniversary. That's great news. You do, actually.
Especially if you behave.
But no, yeah, thanks for having me. It's a real privilege to be here. Thank you.
So we do a lot of, again, this isn't to shout about what we do, but we do a lot with within the community with, as we just mentioned, Body Slams to Cancer. Stuff we don't shout and scream about is we try and support people with mental health. Now, we're not qualified in any way. She probably a bit more so. But we try and tell people when they're having issues. We have a lot of people who come here with all sorts of things, to feel free to speak to us, but also there are people out there who are trained. And one of the great groups out there is Andy's Man Club. So as soon as I spoke to you downstairs and realised you were part of it, I thought we have to get you on. We also speak about the Bearded Fisherman on here quite regular. So I thought it'd be a good idea, again, because there's such a stigma around mental health and specifically men's mental health. I thought it'd be a great idea if you could talk as if somebody doesn't know what Andy's Man Club is, if you could fill people in.
Yeah, sure, it's not a pleasure. It's not a problem. So, to give you a bit of history, how Andy's Man Club came around. So, back in 2016, Andrew Roberts, everyone knows him as Andy, age 23, unfortunately, took his own life. It was a huge shock to the family because they had no idea he was suffering so tremendously, how much pain he was in. Unfortunately, he thought the only way out was to end his own life. But from such a horrific tragedy has come such an incredible charity that is Andy's Man Club. So just a few months again in 2016, Elaine, Andy's mum, and his brother-in-law Luke, they came together and thought, right, how can we, as you said, break the stigma? How can we get guys opening up? How can we prevent, unfortunately, another Andy happening? Because through their research, and this is a very well-known fact, is that suicide is actually the biggest killer of men under 53.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, it's just not recognised.
No.
It's just never. It's still that good old World War II, buck up, crack on.
Yeah.
Repeat and overdrive. So in 2016, they opened their first club, where 9 guys walked through the door, and from there on out, it's been an avalanche of clubs. Within 5 years, they wanted to have 10 clubs. Mm-hmm. They actually achieved 50.
That's amazing.
Wow.
And currently, countrywide, to this date, we've got 302 clubs.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And I think speaking to our area manager, Sean, I think the last figures we got, we helped over 5,800 guys a week coming through our doors, just getting stuff off their chest, and it's just an incredible community to be a part of. Because, and as you said, Hayden, we're all volunteers. So you guys got obviously who work for the charity, who obviously get paid, but all the facilitators, the lads who are there setting the clubs up, leading the groups, were all just volunteers. So we all came to Andy's Man Club ourselves, seeking help, seeking some kind of support, and then the facilitators of the club you go to, they ask you if you want to become a facilitator. So my background and how I got into Andy's Man Club was I left the military in 2023, moved back to Lincoln, didn't know anyone. So I moved back to Lincoln in March 2024. So obviously went back to home, came back to Lincoln, and I didn't know anyone. And I was getting military is probably one of the worst places where it's overcome, keep going. Mental health isn't. The forces are coming up so much better with it, but it's still that stigma, especially around the blokes. That alpha male stuff. And I just got really lonely. I didn't know anyone, and my new job had me working from home, so I wasn't going in the office. I wasn't communicating. At one point, I remember going a month without actually not going anywhere, bar the food shop. And I was like, no, this needs to change. So I remember speaking to my time in DCMH when I had mental health in the forces, and SAFA and the IF Benevolent Fund. They've always mentioned Andy's Man Club, and I never really thought much of it. To be honest, with typical guys just sitting around a circle, getting a bit gay, isn't it? And that's unfortunately the stigma it comes with.
That's something I was going to ask. Like, is the stigma still there? Because, you've perfectly described it. How the stigma was to me, maybe 10 years ago, when I heard about any sort of men's mental health clubs, it was always like it's just a bit of a circle jerk. The other one was just people sitting around doom and gloom. So it's definitely nothing.
Not at all. I mean, so I'll give you a bit more of my background, and I can obviously walk through how a normal Monday night goes. But so for me, so I went through, and I remember seeing it on Facebook. I think I went, no, I'm gonna look into this. Found the group, and the one I go to, because Lincoln's now got two groups. We've just expanded to two, so that's Ermai, and it's known as Lincoln Central. But that's the original one at the football ground. So I went there, and like every bloke, you literally like, this ain't for me. It's just every guy's felt the exact same way. It's like, don't want to do this, or every excuse in the door. So you just bite the bullet, go through those doors, and the team that welcomed me, and I always remember Shane, who's become a very good friend of mine. He was a facilitator, and I just remember his gorgeous Ducati bike set out front, and I was like, that's just incredible. And he greeted me, and then one of the lads called Johnny, that I know again, became a really good friend. He welcomed me in and just showed me around like how it all goes, how it all breaks down, X, Y, Z. So that was March, April, May last year. And then November last year, they asked me to become a facilitator. So now I lead the groups, I help the guys. And it's the best thing I've ever done. I've made some of the closest friends I've got in the local area now, so I've got a whole new social group. Never mind, obviously, my ex-military mates and my best mates. I've got a whole new social group, so we go out we'll go out drinking, we'll have a couple of coffees. There's a huge biker theme there, so quite a lot of lads have motorbikes, and obviously me working towards getting my motorbike. So again, there's that new development of a social life. And it's just helped me so much. It really helps me, for me personally now, it helps me keep my issues in check. Where we all get a bit self-absorbed, where I'm like, so I go like, I'm not doing this enough, I'm not saving enough money, or this, that. Where to me it's really important, but then you listen to some of the guys, and some of the guys are going through some serious stuff. Where for me it's kind of like a bit of a reality check going, come on Jamie, it ain't that bad. What these guys are going through is really, and that's helped me really become, just grounds me that it doesn't dismiss what I'm going through as important, but again it just gives me a reminder that unfortunately there are people who are worse off, and if I can help them, it makes me feel good as well. So it's a win-win. So a standard Monday night, so this is across the entire country, the only Mondays we don't do are bank holidays. But even if it's bank holiday, so in Lincoln, we'll go do like a walk and talk in the local parks. So everyone will get to their venue. So for Lincoln, it's either Ermine Library or the LNER football stadium.
Yeah.
You get there about 6:30, 7:15, and then you'll have someone called a sweeper. So that's someone who sat on the front door, and they'll welcome you in and direct you to the most important thing: the brews and biscuits.
Yeah.
So you get yourself a brew, some squash, biscuits, and everyone just congregates there, and then bang, dot on the 7 o'clock on the dot across the country. That's when it starts. So everyone's in their dedicated groups. How many that be? We tend to be at 12 is really our maximum. So you have a minimum of 2 facilitators per group, and then 10 guys. Because at the end of the day, it's still there to serve us. We're still blokes who need to get stuff off our chest, and then we facilitate second. And then you go through 3 questions. So the way I like to do it, I like to keep mine very light, very bantery, have a good laugh with the lads. So you'll have an introduction, kind of tell us about you, why you come to AMC, how did you hear about it. The most popular response is all the lads are in a really bad place. If that be a crisis team directed them, or everyone's at a very low point of their life. And you get to a point where it just becomes your routine. It's kind of one thing the lads always say, it's your weekly recheck or weekly restart. So it's something to look forward to. And I love it. You can tell when I haven't been, I can really tell my own mental health. And then we ask 5 questions. So the first 3 never change. So the first one is, how's your week been? Very quick. Yeah, good, bad, shit, yo-yo, up and down. The next one forces you to think of a positive. So even though it could be the worst week you've ever had, it forces you to think of a positive. So again, it's digging that little bit of like, how bad has it been? Even if that's just, I got here today. Came to Danny's Man Club and I got to see my mates. That's still a great positive. And then the third one is the big one, where it's get something off your chest. So that's when the lads will then get whatever's. It could be a brag. It doesn't always have to be negative. It can be a bit of a brag. And it's great seeing the lads have a bit of a brag and saying it's really good. And then, but obviously 9 times out of 10, what the purpose is, it gets guys opening up. And that can be literally just someone wanting to vent, or actually seeking some kind of advice and guidance and support. The things we don't cover or don't talk about in AMC is 4 topics: is obviously criminal matters, religion, politics, and medication or any kind of drugs. That's simply because it just keeps a level playing field, and it's like we all know anything religious or politics can be very it's one heck of a minefield. So it keeps it all very level, very grown up, and it is a non-judgmental organisation. But especially in our group, the banter's great.
You've got to have rules and regulations in place there, haven't you, to keep things flowing?
Of course you do,
in the right way.
And
so that's important.
And the last thing we want is to ostracize anyone or feel someone they aren't welcome, regardless of their religious background, political background, whatever.
Yeah.
The aim of the game is, if you're a bloke over the age of 18, you're welcome, regardless of what your background is. And let's get you talking. Let's get you feeling great. Let's get you, hopefully, moving in the right steps.
Yeah.
It's not for everyone. We've had people come, try it, and just not for them, and that's fair enough. It isn't for everyone, but it's such a rewarding thing to do. I mean, one of our questions, and then after we finish question 3, we then go for a break. So it's like 15-20 minutes if we have time. Sometimes you just run all the way through. It's just the way it is. So it's 7 till 9, and then if we get a break, you then do question 4 and 5. So 4 and 5 is a bit more light-hearted, a bit more kind of like end the session on a bit of a higher note. So this week was tell us someone who makes you smile or makes you want to do better and why. And then question 5 is a random one: what's your favourite ice cream and ice lolly? So it's a real random one. We get like, what's your favourite what's your favourite sandwich? It's just really weird.
Hey, we can come and facilitate that with some of these questions that are coming your way in a bit.
I'll tell you what, if it's Ben and Jerry's all day long, then I am there. But there are other ice creams to pick from.
Oh, we don't care. We're not sponsored by anything other than Muscle Juice.
This week's episode of the Lad and Dad podcast is sponsored by Muscle Juice. Scan the QR code and type in FFW10 for your 10% discount. They are suppliers of energy drinks, flapjacks, protein mousse and all sorts of other wonderful supplements.
But they do ice cream.
But it's, I mean, for me, It's got to say, like, one of the lads in the group actually nominated me and one of his friends that were one of the people who would make him smile, and I was just touched by it, because that truly just shows what the whole charity, the club, is all about.
It's a difference, isn't it, that's made?
Exactly, yeah. And with my own background with mental health within the military, mental health is such a passionate thing about me. So I was a custody NCO in the RAF police, so I did mental health first aider, and then obviously I'm within my current company, I'm a positive mental health champion, so I push the awareness, push the support, and then AMC just naturally flowed into that. And then we got another one of the lads who actually told me, and again, it just really resonated with me, kind of sold what this is all about. That because of the club and us and the facilitator supporting him and me supporting him, he didn't want to commit suicide that day. And there are lads, unfortunately, who still think that's the only option for them. So it really is an incredible group, and I'm just so grateful for Elaine and Luke for starting that and giving us a purpose, really. It's
out of something so sad and horrific that positive things come, and that is the sign of humanity, isn't it? But isn't it a shame that there is such a stigma there in the first place? I mean, because as a female, I can talk openly about my mental health. Not all women can, but I do, and sometimes, I mean, I drive you crazy about it, really.
Is that really politically correct to say when we're talking about mental health?
No, you know what I mean. But so after I had pardon the pun, after I had both my boys, I had postnatal depression, and that in itself is a stigma. And you feel like a completely different person until you've come through it and you're on the other side. You don't realise how difficult it is for the other person in your life to deal with. But I was able to talk about it, etc. But I often say that Hayden's a really closed book because he's really, really hard to read. I know when there's something wrong with him, but I'm always like, are you okay? And he's like, Right, are you sure? But he doesn't open up at all. And it does get worrying sometimes, and you think, it's like, no, I'm not saying that like you're at that point, but what I'm saying is like we have a lot of stress in our life. You know, yes, there are people out there that are worse off than what we are, but we still go through things, don't we? So like, you know, losing your mum in 2014 and losing your Oma and really significant figures in your life. It's those kinds of things that then make you look at life differently. So the fact that this stigma exists in the first place makes me worried, because there are men in my life that I worry about on a regular basis that don't have anyone to talk to. So
wrestling's full of it.
Yeah, like it is.
I think we had the conversation downstairs before this when I found out you were with Andy's Man Club, that wrestling is full of guys. Again, not to just say the blokes, but obviously that's where
we are at the minute.
It's full of guys who some of them are trying to portray an alpha male, and they hide everything beyond this persona, or behind this persona, sorry. And I think here, again, we're talking stigmas. There's the stigma that everybody started doing after 2020, safe space, right? And especially in wrestling.
Yeah.
But here we've always had that thing where, I'd say we're very lucky in this, and I don't know if that's the right way of wording it because I'm not great with the words, but some of the guys who, again, I would have never assumed they had issues, have come to us in private and just gone, I'm not quite right. And they've opened up to us, and I'm like, this is pretty cool that they can come to us and do that for whatever reason they come to us and do it. And again, we always say, look, we can help you where we can, but there are groups, there are professionals out there. But just knowing that you can help someone, like you said earlier, it's a great feeling, because it's not that I don't talk about anything. It goes to the back of my head. Like, if there's something wrong, I don't know. I'm just in the moment. Most of the time I just live in the moment. I don't worry about what's happened or what's going to happen. I'm just living.
I do all the worrying for him.
But some of the guys, and again there was one fairly recently,
Yeah.
who just pulled us aside and said, look, I'm not feeling great, I don't know what this is it this, is it that? And
it's
just
really,
to have that conversation was great that he didn't have the stigma of anything. He was happy to come and talk to us
he was.
about
I think, but that's down to the environment that we've created. I think sometimes it helps that I'm a nurse, because people feel that they can talk to me, which is great, and then I have that knowledge so I can signpost, both like NHS wise, but I did actually signpost to Andy's Man Club as well.
Oh, amazing.
Because
I forgot about the second one. Yeah, there's two that recently.
Yeah, so
that was you when you ran that one. Yeah.
So I signposted to that as well as, and it was brilliant that you have all these tools at your disposal that you can do that.
You feel like Batman, don't you? It's like multi-tools
Yeah.
constantly, which is amazing. You rather have more tools than
Absolutely, and having these things in place is just brilliant, because a few years ago there was nothing.
No.
And tragedies happened. It does still happen.
There's been a fair few in wrestling over the years, hasn't there?
Yeah.
Some horrendous stuff happened, and there's been a documentary about it on YouTube, so I guess we are allowed to talk about it. But in Scotland, one of the guys rescued someone from a house fire, or couldn't quite get to someone in the house fire.
Yeah, this is the guilt, I'd imagine.
Yeah. So I'm not going to name names just in case it's not massively public, but he ended up committing suicide, and there was another quite significant one, Midlands way, and we'd always known, and the wrestling community had always known that he'd had mental health issues, and he was very open about it, but for whatever reason he took his life as well, leaving behind a partner and a child, and just horrendous. And some people really stepped up for the family, and again, it takes something so horrendous for people to step up. But is it that it takes that, or people aren't aware that these people are at that point?
Possibly, but also sometimes people find it difficult. It's...
Yeah, I think it's a mixture of both. So I first want to commend you both on the environment you have here, because you guys have got such an awesome environment here. No one's felt, I've never walked in and felt shunned or what you guys, everyone I see come in just raves about this place. So yeah, I do think you guys have definitely set an environment where you care about your wrestlers, you care about your members, and especially the kids. I mean, the way you are with the kids, with the juniors, is awesome. And like Theo with autism, my little boy, I say it every time, when he comes in and he steps in that ring, it's a whole different kid.
Yeah.
And it's just,
I can't wait till he's an adult.
He's
got some great aggression behind him.
He's gonna be, if he can stick out this, which I really hope he does, and he loves it, it just brings out a whole different side to him.
Yeah.
And it's just fantastic. I don't think you guys get enough support or get enough recognition for the stuff you do. But having that club with us, like you say, hopefully we are breaking down that stigmas.
Yeah.
But it's just going to take a lot of time, because the problem with one of the biggest things we find in the clubs is, like you say, Hayden won't speak to you, is especially the worst blokes, it's in our DNA that we are protectors, we have to be strong. So what you'll find with a lot of the lads will say is, a lot of stuff they talk about at the club, they would never dream about talking with their mates or talking with their families, simply because they have to portray this protector alpha male, and kind of like, if you show your vulnerabilities, show your weakness, show your mental health, show your vulnerabilities, that might heaven forbid present that as a weakness, which then deprives you of your protector status. But so no, I would always advocate for people to say, like, if something in your mind and you feel safe to talk to someone about, talk about it. But if not, come down to Man Club and we'll listen all day long. I mean, I've got lads that I've become good friends with, and we'll just go meet for a coffee. So, like, Jamie, I'm struggling, can we go for coffee? Yeah, sure, no problem. Obviously, there are rules within, obviously they say facilitators when you're in the club, it's two, but again, we're all adults. It's obviously just protecting the charity and whatnot, and we've got to be, obviously, we can't tell people what to do, we can't give advice, but we go but to give you an example, I'll go so for me, what I've done in the past that's worked for me is X, Y, Z. That might work for you, maybe something you may wish to consider. But like I said, I've got lads who drop me a message and fancy a coffee. needs to talk on, yeah, sure. And I'll go fuck off with them and we'll just get stuff off the chest and we'll just end up talking about absolute random crap.
Yeah.
But it's just that sense of loneliness that a lot of lads feel at the moment, even though you've got your family, because you feel like you're holding the whole family up, you feel very alone.
I've said it previously, haven't I, that you... I know what it feels like to be lonely in a room that's full.
Mm-hmm. It's awful, isn't it?
It's really one of the most awful experiences, and it must be even worse for those that do feel lonely in a full room who then can't reach out because of these stigmas.
Mm-hmm.
And that, that's just scary. And for those people who are supporting their loved ones going through it, it must be hard for them as well. So I am AJ, who normally does the Lad and Dad podcast. He is a bit poorly, so that's one of the reasons why he's not here today. But also, he said, I don't know if I'm the right person to talk about it because of my age, and I just don't quite know. But he is now homeschooled, and one of the reasons why we took him out of school is because the school weren't managing his needs properly at all with his autism and everything.
You're really polite about that.
I am.
The school was shit cunts.
Yeah.
And I'll name them. I'll happily name them.
No, that's not, because that's not what this is about. So, but he was really
His head
struggling.
team.
So he was
Proper dick.
he was struggling with his mental health because his needs weren't being met, and every time he went to school he felt like he was just going to get into trouble. And I could see his mental health deteriorating day by day, minute by minute, and I was genuinely concerned that one day I would go into his bedroom and he would have gone. And that, as a parent, is really scary, and that conversation that I had with him was like the defining moment of, I just went, we're done, you're not going back there, your mental health is more important than any GCSEs you may or may not achieve. And since he's been homeschooled, his mental health has got so much better.
He's been treated like an adult.
He's
He's been treated like a person.
Yeah, he's
Whereas the school system, in my opinion, it works for some. I'm not shitting on the school system completely, but I think there's been such a spike in kids' mental health because they're just treated like a number.
Yeah, but that stigma is starting before we're even an adult.
I think there's so many different factors that come into it. So I mean, back when we were at school, heaven forbid you were being bullied. It stopped at schools at home time, which is a safe place because you get home and the bullies aren't there. But now, social media, you literally never escape it. And
from it, no.
We've got a young adult in our adults class who went through that school, and he opened up about it because we're trying to find how to get his personality out as a wrestling persona.
Yeah.
And when you realise, like, I'd known, but I didn't know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you hear about it on TV. When you meet someone who tells you that it does not stop. And we'd had something similar with Madison during the summer the other year. There was some kids just WhatsApp groups and all this stuff.
You can't get away, but it's the same, something in your brain that wants to, you can't disconnect. You just want that negativity because your brain tells you. And this is something that I've learned. That's why I can't watch the news anymore, because I found
I don't watch it anymore. I
was just constantly hooked on the negative because that's what your brain wants.
All it is, isn't it?
Your brain can't comprehend, like, oh, you're in a good space. And my opinion is, I think that's like when you're in such a good space, your brain then starts looking at it like, this isn't normal. This isn't flight mode. It's
your brain's a bit of an echo chamber, isn't it? That's kind of the way I look at social media and the news. If you're watching, and the news was the big one for me, the news and the radio. I don't have the radio on in the car anymore, and it really fucking aggravates me if we're going to open up when someone uses my car and puts the radio on, right? Because I can't stand it, because once I hear something, all the stuff that's going on with Russia, America, and all the stuff with Europe and Russia and everything, like, I'll hear something on the news, and that's not the end of it for me. I have to then deep dive, and I start watching videos and researching about war and nuclear bombs and these bombs and drones, and I become an echo chamber of that negativity. And it's not out of necessarily a fear thing, it's I want to know more, but then I'm like, why am I why am I looking at this shit? Like, there's so much good stuff happening. The reason why I and me wanted to start the podcast was there's so much happens in our area that's good.
Yeah.
That isn't celebrated. That doesn't. And it came from us trying to advertise Body Slams to Cancer, where the first chat started. Like, how can we advertise good things?
Yeah.
Everyone wants to advertise the negativity, and again, like with Andy's Man Club, you only ever see it at certain places. Everyone should know about it, and I know people who do not know its existence.
Exactly.
I can't England.
And that's it. I mean, we've just had 2 buses in Lincoln boarded with AMC, which
amazing.
is awesome. And I know we've got a few bus stops with AMC dotted around, but there still isn't that. I mean, Luke and the whole team have done an incredible job getting it to the place it is. Remarkable. I mean, I know they had support from football players who were doing obviously It's Okay to Talk. Yeah. That was huge, especially all the football supporters. But like you said, there's still so many people who don't even know what it is.
No.
Through no one's fault. It's just it hasn't been pushed up by either people who attend or for whatever reason there is.
So one of my things was it's held at Lincolnshire Football Ground.
Correct.
And we're season ticket holders, and I think only once we've ever seen anything about it there, which to me is pretty sad. I think there should be more about it. They've got these big advertising boards, and again, I understand football is big money. I get it. But surely in that scrolling board that they do,
it should be there at least once.
It should be regularly.
Yeah, it should
be there. Between every scroll of adverts, it should be there. They should be saying, this is here, come here.
Absolutely. Because it costs nothing, does it? Costs nothing, but could save.
Well, what it costs is the potential for someone else to pay for that time, but at the end of the day, that Life's time is not as important.
No, life is more important, and that's
agree,
one of the big things.
Unfortunately, in the capitalism world, it's...
Oh, yeah, unfortunately, money talks, doesn't it? And that's the thing.
I get it for like a small business. I would love to have the money to be able to afford to go and buy 150 Fight Factory shirts that we can sell as merchandise and just put a logo on there.
Yeah, but you know what we can do? We can put it on the Rolling Tron that we have at our shows.
We can.
There's absolutely no reason why we can't do that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
But like, I would love to be able to do it on our shirts, put something on there and say like, whether it's a message, whether it's something for, say, Andy's Man Club or whoever, like Bearded Fisherman or any charity we're supporting or we think highly of. But once you start doing that, businesses go, well, that'll cost you an extra £500 to put that on 50 t-shirts.
Yeah.
Like, well, why? It doesn't cost you anything apart from a piece of plastic that you can spray on. Like,
yeah,
it boils me that
and I can fully understand and agree with that at points. It's like, let's just help people. Why is there always got to be a catch? Why does there always have to be? Because something I really want to, me and a couple of lads say, because we're getting, obviously mental health is huge in the biker community. What a couple of me and the lads would love to do is speak to someone and get like armour, because you can get like biker hoodies.
Yeah.
Literally look like hoodies, but they got armour in them. And I know a couple of lads are looking like they're looking at speaking to the charity, like, can we take the logo and then send it off and start having our own biker hoodies?
Yeah.
So we can take the biker rallies, because I know that, a couple of lads actually went and did an Andy's Man Club stand at a huge biker rally about a month ago. I can't remember for the life of me where it was, but the welcoming they got, the reception they got was incredible. They absolutely love them. The biker community is a huge advocate for men's mental health.
Yeah. And
I think that's definitely one area we need to tap in. My personal opinion is that we need to tap into more.
Yeah.
But yeah, now any way we can push this even further, I will support 100% of the way, because I mean, I've got it on my work signature block, I've got it on my personal signature block. Yeah. So anything like that, and I wear this whenever I can.
Yeah.
Because again, it gets the word out, and it gets lads talking, it gets people talking, and that's all it is. It's amazing just getting something off your chest that's not in your head, and getting other people's opinions.
Yeah.
If we could do something that is then in everybody's face.
Yeah.
I think that could be quite a good little thing, because you're going to see people who, and again, even at this level of pro wrestling, we're definitely not the WWE, but at this level, people do look up to the wrestlers and go, oh my God, I would like to be just like that guy or that girl. And if they're showing the support for something like that, I think it could go a long way.
I think that's awesome. Yeah, like you say, lead by example, and
Yeah.
I think that takes us back to what like AJ said about how young is he? How he can't understand mental health. But what I love about AMC is yes, okay, it's 18 because obviously you have to be an adult.
Yeah.
But obviously I'm 34 now, so I started going when I was 32, 33. Yeah, 32. And obviously now I turned 33 in April. But we've got lads there who are 18, 19, and I thought, you know what, that takes a lot of guts for someone so young to really have an awareness of your own mental health. We've got a lot of uni students that come to us, which is great.
Yeah.
And again, it's just having that young mind who's already aware of their mental state, aware that they need to look after themselves. I think it is great. So yeah, so anything like that, if we can set the message early, like you say, it'll take time, of course it will, but I think that's a great way to start.
It is, absolutely, and today's 18, 19-year-olds have been through so much that I don't think people really understand, like with COVID and
but there's still the stigma of older people.
Yeah, there is, but
because I had my rant about an old person today at the gym, and I wanted to empty their stuff into the swimming pool, because I think a lot of old people are so in my day this, in my day that, but do they realise how many people suffered back then? How many people?
It wasn't spoken about.
Exactly.
Was it?
That's the thing.
But
It's no different today as it's ever been.
No,
it's just more.
it wasn't.
There's more research to it. There's more evidence about it. There's more open conversation about it.
Well, look about World War One. You had shell shock. That was you were actually looked at shamefully when you got home. So you got shell shock. There's something wrong with you.
Yeah, you should be able to go out there and deal with that.
Yeah.
Why can't you do that?
You've been trained to deal with that. No, there's no training to prepare you for that.
There is absolutely no training
none.
to deal with that. There's certain like jobs and everything that you have like this mentality, like with the armed forces and stuff. You know, you go out there, you do war, you deal with it. That's what it is.
You do war.
Do you know what I mean? But like that's the thing. So like, you know, I do palliative care. I deal with death on a regular basis. I see some really, really sad things, and there are sometimes I come home and I just have to have that like quiet
decompression.
Yeah, because you know there are days when I've seen some pretty horrific stuff.
Yeah.
But isn't it the same? Again, I'm trying to remember from a job when I was 21 here, so
And that was
a
a long time
little bit
ago.
sketchy. Not as long ago as it was for
I'm
you.
not saying a word. For someone who can body slam me into a ring, I ain't saying a word.
But and again, I'm going to go from Dave as well. Some of Dave's experiences.
Yeah.
That in the job you're in, and it might be different for you, but when I worked in the mental institutions, I don't know if that's the politically correct term for them anymore, but
Probably not.
when I worked
So you didn't
there,
say nut house, mate, so I think we're good.
when I worked there was a big thing of getting too close with patients. Now, I understand a certain, like that female prison officer, but
There we go, there's the tone word. I wondered how long.
there's a certain
I'm surprised it took this long, to be honest.
there's a certain point where you do not develop a friendship but a bond with these
course you do.
people, and when they go through something you feel bad, or if again we're talking in high secure, medium secure units, if they were to kill themselves, you as a person have developed that amount of time with them, you've developed some kind of bond with them.
Yeah.
But we were always told you cannot show any emotion about that because they are a patient. Now, my approach when I worked there, and by no means was I a nurse, basically we were called we were in a forensic nursing agency. We were just bouncers in a mental hospital, essentially. But we were day in, day out with these patients, and you got to know them. And some of them, there's one in particular that really stands out for me. He was a massive unit of a guy. All his family were in the system, whether it's mental health or prison. And he clocked us, and we were a couple of door lads from Lincoln, I think there was 4 of us. We travelled down, and he just said, "You lot work on the doors." You're like, "Fuck." He's like 7 foot, and he's huge, he's going to kill us. Show no fear, right? Okay, yeah, no fucking around, mate. He's like, "No, you're safe from me." He says, "I used to be a doorman, I ain't going to give you no shit." And I can't get fired for it. I left the job like 20 years ago, right? But he kind of became a bit of a friend while we were working there. We just had a laugh, we had a joke, and we treat him like a person.
You're human.
But we
that's
treat him like a
okay.
person. And then Dave is, I don't see Dave as often as I should. He's a really good friend. I've been friends with Dave for like 20 years as well.
Because you're old.
We used to work on the door together. Dave's had his mental health struggles over the years, which
Yeah.
he's been quite open about. And he is your typical alpha male, just huge guy, pulls trucks and planes for fun, right, to raise money for charity, like a beast of a guy, but the gentlest giant you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
And he works in care, and he cares for the people he works with.
Deeply.
Like
Like,
out
he
of his
really
own
does.
time, he volunteers to bring them to wrestling shows if they're wrestling fans.
Wow.
Take them to football. He's not really the biggest football fan that I remember, but he will, out of his own time, volunteer to do this for them. And they're constant. I'm not sure if it's the place he works now. I don't think it is. But a previous employer was like, "You cannot develop these bonds with these people." But they're people. Like,
It's to be human, isn't it?
yeah.
And you do, like, if you spend more time with people, it is really difficult not to develop those bonds. There's professional boundaries, right?
Yeah, professional boundaries,
There is that,
but-
but you still care because that is the nature of the job and the nature of the person. And I don't mind admitting that there's been patients that when I've looked after them and they've passed away, the nature of the job is that, you know, I've sat in my car and cried because you feel it. You know,
I'd
you
be
take
more
all
worried if
that
you
on.
didn't.
Yeah, you know, that is part of it. And nowadays, within that system, though, you are taught to have a debrief and to offload and like to make sure that you do get it off your chest.
That's good.
But there's not always time, unfortunately, and that's just the nature of the NHS. But there's, I think the stigma is easing slightly, but we are years away from where we need to be.
I agree, and I think one phrase I would love to see go is, "That's what you signed up for. It's a job you do. What do you
there's
expect?"
so many times we
And
get
if
told
that be nurses, coppers, firemen,
Everything,
MOD,
yeah.
anyone,
We signed up for it.
yeah, sign up for what do you
Yeah.
expect, get on with it. And it's just like,
Yeah.
no, I didn't sign up to see this. I didn't sign. I personally, I signed up because there's something I always wanted to do as a kid,
Yeah.
and I wanted to serve my country. As cheesy as that sounds, but I never signed up going, actually, you know what, I want to go to war, I want to see this, I want to see that, I want to deal with this, I want to deal with that. It's like, if you sign that dotted line, you shouldn't be in the military, you should be in the local institution.
Yeah.
No one in the right mind
Would want to actually
would want
see
to actually
that.
do that. It's just
It's
I
part
know.
of the course,
all
isn't it?
you come
Yeah.
with.
From my experience of wanting to be in the military when I was younger, there was two reasons I wanted to be in the military. One was to look at aeroplanes all day,
That's a good part.
and the other one was to play with dogs in the military police as a dog handler. That's all I ever wanted to do.
Okay.
And like I put a post about this the other day, and kind of light-hearted post, but can Russia and America stop fucking around? If you really want to sort it out, get in a boxing ring, have a fight about it. Whoever wins gets the land. Whatever you're fighting about, get it done.
Ain't that a
No
Rocky
one needs to suffer. Right, just get it done. It's you guys who give a shit about each other. We don't care like what you're doing, but it's going to affect a lot of people. I'm sure a lot of these people going into the military don't want to sign up and go, I want to bomb these innocent people.
No.
You know, like, I'm sure these 18-year-olds that I read about the other day, and again I fell into that trap of deep diving, I'm sure these 18-year-olds in this drone factory in Russia aren't signing up to do this job knowing they're going to be killing innocent
No.
people.
No.
Like, that's got to one day
It's-
play with them.
It's, at the end of the day, the military is an aggressive force and it's there to do a job.
Yeah.
And that's what's there. But however, there's also so many great things about the military.
Of course, yeah.
Humanitarian aid, the medivacs, there's so many different contributing factors to it, which obviously all come to one, if that be air power, army, navy, etc. But everyone needs to realise that everyone's still a human being,
Yeah.
everyone's still going to have these issues, that when they do have the issues, you give them support, don't ridicule them for it,
No.
and
Yeah.
just bring people together instead of that. Because the biggest thing for me was, again, is that showing the weakness, is that I can't show this weakness, therefore it just got worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
And my own personal experiences where I knew I needed help was I needed to commit suicide myself. I was on deployment in Iraq, and yeah, it just things got too much, and I nearly did it. And the only reason I did it is because of Theo. He was
Yeah.
34 at the time, and I was just like, you know what, he deserves his daddy, and that's why I was like, right, now I need the help.
Yeah.
And the part, so in the military we call them padres, that's the vicars.
Mhm.
Great, and to be fair, the support I did get from the military, like the padres, decent mates, it was good. We couldn't ask for more. But there is just so much more we can do.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we need to do. But going back onto what you guys were saying about, I don't think these lads want to do that. There's a really poignant picture that I see do the rounds on Facebook. It's a picture of troops marching out and the generals with no medals on stood above them, and the picture below is all the troops hobbling back wounded, and then there's all the generals, all the medals.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and it is you literally go fight for politicians' wars so
You
they can do.
Absolutely.
So no, they say no one joins going, you know, I want to go to war, or I want to do this, or I want to see that. It's just part parcel of serving your country and being proud to do it.
Yeah.
But the community, I think, I'll say it, the government, in my opinion, needs to do so much more. It's definitely done a lot more in the last 10 years. I'll give it a due there. But there's some funding that goes to certain places that I feel should be so much more directed at our own community and our own, if that be veterans or nurses or police, because it's not just the military. You see awful things. I know in the nursing, and I've got friends of mine, I used to be a first responder as well, like your eldest.
Yeah.
And some of the things he would have seen, I've seen.
It's horrible.
The police, I mean, the police don't get enough credit for stuff they deal with on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And the firefighters, I mean, you look at Grenville fires, those poor lads are having PTSD. And
Yeah.
so many people have said to me, well, I can't have PTSD, I'm not in the military. Because that's another thing, people assign PTSD just to the military. It's like, no, it's post-traumatic stress disorder. Yeah. Anyone can have that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyone. So, yeah, we just need to give
And everyone's being different, so being so different, it can be from anything, right? It doesn't have to be a bomb going off. It literally could be your life circumstance that
can cause it.
Yeah. Because that's another stigma, right? Like there's so many of them. So again, just circling back a little bit, I know when we speak about mental health clubs, I know that it's not the scene from Fight Club. You know, where they're going into these different meetings and Meatloaf's in it, right? I know that it's not that, but the first thing in my brain that flashes up is just that picture.
Yeah. And
I know it's not that, but my brain has that stigma of you've seen that on TV. That's what it looks like. Yeah. You know, I'm pointing at the TV. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but So if I have that stigma with a bit of know about me, there's got to be a lot more out there where people just don't have a clue.
I was finished on the bike, so I've been doing my part of my bike practice today, ready for my bike test.
Yeah. And
me and one of the instructors, Ben, great lad. That we saw a scrap outside thing, and then one of the lads was running off, and his brother, who's 18, was on his ped, really upset, worrying about his little brother, and I was like, mate, what's going on? And I just had like a 5-minute chat with him.
Yeah.
And I was like, pull your moped over here. You're not in the state to drive. And I just told him about AMC, and he said, yeah, he's going to come because he's just like, I'm really worried about my brother. And mate, of course you are.
Yeah.
But you need to look after yourself as well. And the day your brother's X-age, he's obviously above, I think he's 15 or 16, he said. And so he can make his own life choices now.
Yeah.
But he's not an adult, but he can still now think for himself. He can make his own decisions, have his own opinion, and if he does want to continue down this route, then all you can do is be there for him, but you need to get yourself sorted.
Yeah, you do. It's so difficult, you know, when we let our children out into the big wide world and they have their own minds and they make some really stupid decisions.
When they have their own cars and they make stupid decisions. And then they deal with the consequences from it afterwards. And it's but all you can do is be there and support them in the long run. And I feel really privileged, you know, because I have dealt with my own mental health problems. I've been through different traumas or whatever, but I've come out of it the other side, and I've got a job that I really, really love and has given me a lot of knowledge to help a lot of people. And I do feel really privileged to be able to do that, because there's certain things in our lives that you just think, God, can we just have a break?
Yeah.
Like, it's just one thing after another. But our life experiences have given us a different outlook on life that has enabled us to be able to help other people. But there are people that just, with COVID and everything and all the isolation that came with that, it's really now difficult for a lot of people to be able to help others, because we've been taught that, you know, you need to stand up on your own 2 feet and be on your own. And there's a lot of our teenagers now that's what they went through. You're on your own, you're isolated. Like, we do this on our own. And that is one of the worst things that came out of COVID. Can't go near anybody else, can't do that.
Yeah, I think what really surprised me with COVID is, like, I don't know why, but when obviously lockdown hit, I had this old thing of like the blitz going through my head, like everyone's going to bond together, everyone's going to obviously understand that. Everyone's in the same boat, going to help each other. But in my opinion, it went the other way. Like everyone's became so selfish. And like, I remember going to the
apart from when they banged the pots at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
That just annoyed me.
You cried the first time. Oh my god.
Yeah, the first time I did, but then after that, I'm like, okay, like.
But again, I remember though, like the one thing, everyone clearly went baking mad. I remember going to COVID because you couldn't get flour or eggs to say from
and apparently we were all shitting our pants as well because we ran out of toilet roll.
Oh, exactly.
Well, you did.
But I actually remember being in that. I think it was Aldi or Lidl, one or two, and I finally got flour. So that means the kids can do some baking, which they were wanting to do with my mum. Because obviously we isolated at a big unit, which was great. And this guy came up to me and just like put his hand in my basket, in my trolley, took out the flour. I went, mate, what are you doing? Oh, I need flour. I went, funny old thing, so do I. That's why it's in my trolley. Can you put it back? He went, but it's out of flour, but I need it. I went,
yeah.
So do I, but put it back.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. What really I think saddened me with whole COVID is just like no one bonded together. It's like you say, the message being sent out was you must isolate. Everyone is dangerous. Look after yourself, and there was no more that team or community ethos. It's like I've got new neighbours, and I went to greet them. They looked at me like I was an alien. It's like
I did that once.
No one knows each other on the street, which really I don't like anymore. It's like the whole sense of community.
To be fair, with COVID though, we're not popular enough for the government to see this, but if they do, we literally said, look, we've got a group chat here. Anybody needs anything, and we tried to keep stuff going like. TikTok, we became them people.
Yeah, we did.
We did a couple of TikTok things with the group, and we were saying, like, if anybody really needs us, let us know. Yeah. And then as soon as we got the permission to move in here and start putting things together, it was still, I think another lockdown kicked in, if I remember right.
Yeah, we signed a contract here in October, and then lockdown happened in November, and I was like, are you shitting
but then
me?
Some of our guys were like, we like at a desperate point, and we don't know where to go. And I said, well, I'm going to be in the office at this time, and if the door's open and you tiptoe in and I don't hear anything and you use the gym or hit the bag or whatever,
fine,
then so be it.
Yeah.
You know, because, and then all of a sudden if you shout up, keeping a 2 metre gap, fuck off with the 2 metres, fucking pricks, like, we can have a chat. I'm not going to have, especially certain people who are in different counties or countries that were really struggling.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to have that on my head. No way. I'm not going to let them do that. So we may or may not have unlocked the door. We didn't do group sessions. Like, I'm not going to say we were rogue or nothing, but I wasn't going to have
you applied common sense.
Yeah. Which is what it is.
Because again, we've got a lot of people who, on the outside, portray an alpha, but they were going through some shit.
Screaming inside,
Yeah.
Oh, it's just like Andy, bless him, it was just like like I said, his whole family had no idea who was struggling until.
And that is such a scary thing.
Yeah.
Such a scary thing, and I have to say, like, it's such a scary thing as a wife and a mum. It really is to think that the men in my life could be struggling. And
I'll be honest with you.
Wouldn't know.
Quite often, there is nothing going on in there.
No, I know that.
Yeah, one thing, when a bloke says nothing's wrong, there is nothing wrong. We literally just don't have anything going in our head.
No, he has, like, you know, like when your DVDs used to go on to like
blue screen.
Yeah.
We got like the DVD doing that. Dink, dink.
That's late.
So she can say a word to me, and that word just does that in my brain. Just bounces around, and I'm like, what are you thinking of? What you just said? What did I say? I don't know, but it's bouncing around now.
I can promise you, when he says nothing, he's thinking about wrestling, and I'll be thinking about motorbikes. It's just like
I'm
my
probably
next
not even
trip.
thinking about it. I'm literally like, there's nothing. Like, I can't describe what nothing is, because it's not black, it's not white, it's nothing. I can't describe it.
Sometimes I'd like it if my brain was like that, but
But-
I've got everything going on in
But
this
when I
one.
want it to be nothing, it's everything.
Yeah.
Like everything. And like, so this I'm gonna have to do it now because otherwise I'll be doing it to her at like 3 a.m. So I started saying about Putin and Trump just getting a ring and have a fight, right? The finish of that was so we can get military planes back to what they're supposed to do, and that's do air shows so I can go and watch them. Right, that was the end of my post, and I forgot to say it, and that would have played on my mind later on when I'm trying to sleep, and 100 other things that have happened today. I'm like, whoa. So I have everything,
Yeah.
or literally nothing.
And then he'll wake me up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and he won't even give me like a full sentence. It'll be something that will be the finish of another sentence
It'll
from about
have
24
literally been
hours ago.
air shows. I forgot to say about air shows.
And I'm like, what? Great. And now I can't go back to sleep. Fantastic.
Yeah, but I remember one time, it reminds me of this time with my mum, like we were talking about Steven Seagal. I was like, for either of us, we couldn't remember his name. I was like, who's that martial art guy? Well, Jackie Chan? No. Jet Li? No, the white guy. The
Chuck
one with
Norris.
Yeah, Chuck Norris. Like, no. And literally that was it. So I think I was about 13 or 14 at the time. I remember my mum waking me up like 2 a.m. going, Steven Seagal? I went, okay. I was like, what? But it is like when your brain stops. That's only when you get the answer that you were looking for.
Every answer to everything.
The question,
Everything.
But mate, I've been to some awesome air shows, mate. But even that, something that Andy Man Club could get to, because like you look at RIAT, the amount of people that go to RIAT every year is phenomenal.
Yeah.
So yeah,
There's pretty much me and Aaron in it. There's a couple of us who, if we had the time and the money, we'd just be everywhere looking at planes. We went on a mandate to, what's it called? Duxford.
Duxford's brilliant.
I fucking love that place. It's so cool.
It is awesome.
I have been once.
Never gonna go.
Yep.
I love it.
Have you been to the one that's outside Newark?
Yes. Yeah, we used to take the kids there when they were young.
For how? Let's say it's tucked away, and I've again been here years. It's brilliant, I think.
Did you say no?
No,
You
I
haven't
said
been?
yes, we
Oh,
have.
right, okay.
We went and we took the children several times.
Yeah. There's pictures of them laying on the bombshells.
Yeah, and I would not go again. But that's just because planes don't interest me at all.
Oh, that works.
No, that's the thing. Wow, I wanted to join the RAF. I wanted to be a pilot, so that was my.
Maybe it's because I've got an innie, I don't know. But then again, there's women that love the RAF.
Oh, there was some. I mean, I know some awesome Typhoon pilots who are female. Absolutely, alley.
I can just
Awesome.
about drive a car and a van. I should not be trusted with something with a really, really big engine.
It is, yeah.
That's off the ground.
I shouldn't be trusted with one. That's why I've never tried to do it. But I like looking at them.
Whilst he's driving.
You want to get yourself over to Coningsby, just watch the Typhoons going on, or even at Waddington with the arrows going in and out.
One of our former wrestlers, he was in the RAF. He left. He worked on the roundy thingies in the ocean.
Oil rigs, or the wind farms.
Wind farm, that's the word. And then
The roundy thingies.
I had the magic merry-go-round going in my head then, like scooter.
he now works
Ziggy
at
Basil.
Coningsby as a civilian for BAE.
Oh, okay.
And one year we were doing it wasn't Body Slams to Cancer, it was some other charitable event. Might have been the Christmas one, we were raising money either for the homeless or for the kids in hospital. I can't remember which year it was. But anyway, he got a raffle prize, which is a money can't buy prize. And it was a tour around Coningsby, the fire station, into the radar room, into the air traffic control, into the QRA and the Battle of Britain Memorial. We got to see everything. And he was like, I've got 2 tickets for raffle winners, and I've got one for you and one for the photographer, and we can just go and look at play. Oh my days. It was the best day of my life.
He was like a kid in a sweet shop.
The kid's been born down here. that was up there.
And when he got home, he talked at me. And
How
I say
long?
at me, for a good 5 or 6 hours.
I must admit,
Just didn't stop.
there was some
I'm actually smiling, not thinking about it.
I know.
there were some really, really crap times in the forces, but I have got to do such cool stuff that, like you say, in the military. One of my biggest, do you know the Dakota part?
Yes.
I got to go from that for like an hour and a half.
Oh my
It
days.
was just, I did a function, I did a post-COVID function, so I had to get everyone out of the room, out of the block again, mental health, trying to get everyone out the block and have a good time. So I was very, very fortunate for the station commander invited me, one of, I think we were 20 of us, to obviously go up in the Dakota. And yes, we went up for like an hour and a half, and then we had 2 Spitfires from the BBF come and join us wingtips. That was just by far one of the coolest things I've ever done. But again, being in the military has allowed me to do that. I was so fortunate. But if you were to look at Civvy Street, I mean, at Duxford you've got the 2-seater Spitfire, haven't you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going back easily 20 years ago now. Like, my dream is to fly in a Spitfire. That would be my dream. Back 20 years ago, that was like $3,000 for half an hour. I dread to think.
Oh God, what it'd be now?
So when me and Valentine went, there was some multi-millionaire there, and we got a free air show because he just wanted to pay to go on all these planes. And there was one of them that had only just passed its airworthiness, and it hadn't been up for ages. I can't remember which planes they were because it was like 2 years ago or whatever it was.
Was it really 2 years ago?
It must be coming up that now, yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun.
That's posters falling down.
It's another poster falling off the wall.
But yeah, like we got a free air show because this guy had just paid to go up in some of them or just to watch some of them that he weren't allowed in. It was just, to have that kind of money. Wow.
Be amazing, wouldn't it?
Does anybody want to sponsor us so we can do that?
You could just win the lottery. That'd be nice.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
You could pay for your MOT to be done and all that lot.
Yeah. Right, let's get into the other stuff that we do on this podcast while trying to hide my drink. So you mentioned earlier about food. So we like to talk food. I like to talk food. She likes to eat food because she's doing it now because she's got chocolate. What would your Tesco meal deal be?
Oh. So I think it has to be the chicken triple. So like
the 3 sandwiches.
3 sandwiches, yeah. And probably salt and vinegar McCoys, and probably like a fridge chocolate milkshake or something like that.
Change that for Chocomel.
And change it to steak flavoured McCoys.
No, salt and vinegar.
No.
You burn the crisps and get something nice. Have you ever tried Chocomel?
I'm trying. I have. Is that the one? Is that the one that's similar to the one that's in Marks and Spencer's or in Sainsbury's? Is that one with the cow face on the front?
No, Chocomel is a yellow can or a yellow carton.
Oh, okay.
With, I want to say, blue writing. Might be brown, can't remember. It's a Dutch one, and it's not just because it's a Dutch one. It is the best drinking chocolate you will ever have in your life. It is incredible.
And if you warm it up, stick some Baileys in it, and then put some whipped cream on top. It's even
now
nicer.
just talking about my language.
That is whenever we go. Was it the Efteling Christmas, wasn't it? It's a theme park, and every stand has Chocomel with the Baileys.
So good.
Incredible.
Yeah, I might have to go try that now. You've definitely piqued my interest, but it's like...
And they now specifically do one to warm up. I don't know how it's different to the normal one, because we've always done it with the normal one, but they actually have one that you warm up specifically for the drinking chocolate.
I think it's just marketing.
Could be, but it works.
Probably the same shit.
Same, but yeah, literally cost an extra 20p or something to me. But
works for me.
But the best, I remember being, when we were in Baghdad, so the Americans got what they call the DFAC, so the dining facility, and this place is like, size of a sports hall. You've got like, keep in mind, you're in the middle of Iraq, a Ben and Jerry's stand.
Yeah.
You got a burger stand, pizzas, you name it.
But it's all branded as well, right?
Yeah, the Americans look after their guys, incredible. And you go to the fridges, and they had chocolate milk. And it was just, I felt like a big kid again. Like, it's the middle of a desert, chocolate milk, and it was just like awesome. It was epic. I remember just like, DSAC, just take a few for the flight. Let's crack on.
So Kaya sent me, my oldest, she sent me a text saying some research. Says the story of the research is chocolate milk is drinking chocolate milk is better for you than pre-workout. It has pre-workout and energy drinks have no muscle building properties, but milk has protein, so it does, and it's got the fats and
the calcium. Okay.
Yeah, so
I can get on board with that.
And the sugar is like the energy. If you drink it at the right time, you have the right energy going forward, rather than taking a pre-workout that's all chemicals. And I'm kind of like, drinking chocolate before the gym. Then I don't know.
I could get on board with that.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I'd love to say yes, but I'd probably vom. Your McDonald's meal of choice.
Oh, see. I do love the big tasty with bacon, large and
Common one, isn't it?
Yeah.
and strawberry milkshake. That's probably mine, but be a bit weird dunking your chips in your strawberry milkshake.
You see, the thing is, those Wendy's do that, don't they? And they advertise it. To be fair, and Ian specifically, when he goes to Wendy's, he gets the milkshakey thingy. I don't know what it's called. It's not ice cream.
Expensive drink.
Yeah, and it's not milkshake. It's like in between, and dips his chips in it.
It's just like the saltness and the sweet. It works. Trust me, you've got to try it.
Oh, I don't know.
It's like
It's more of a
Marmite.
you thing.
Yeah, well, I'm a bit weird, to be fair.
I'd try it, I think.
I mean, it's like Marmite. You either go, I love it, or
I
you're
love
gonna
Marmite.
Yeah.
First time I watched him, I was like, that's just weird, get in the bin. And then I saw it's actually a thing. So
Yeah,
it
they
has
advertise
piqued my interest,
Yeah.
but not enough to go and spend the money to try it.
Not yet.
So, cheat day meal. Do you have a specific cheat day regime or anything if you stick to any sort of plans? Or treat days or however you want to word it?
So when I'm training, I do love a pizza. I do love a meaty pizza. Either that or a dirty kebab.
I love a dirty kebab.
Especially
I don't even have to be drunk for it.
after a night out. But yeah,
No, I don't even have to be drunk for
There's
it.
plenty of areas in Lincoln you can get a dirty kebab. And it only costs you a Bacardi breezer.
Or a
Some of the kebabs look dropped.
Oh my god.
I thought you were going to say it costs you a Taco Moo and a Bailey's then, but
It does not look dropped, okay?
What pizza are we talking though? Is there a specific brand or is it just any meaty pizza?
anyway, to be honest, you can't go wrong with, I think, like either the Asda's or like the Aldi's ones, store bought, just like throw them in the oven. And to be honest, I think they're not, my opinion, I think they're much nicer than like Domino's or anything like that.
Tesco's do a £10 pizza deal. Is it £10 it used to be? It's going back a while since I bought one, but they do like 2 pizzas a side and the dips.
Oh yeah,
And those
Thomas is
pizzas
like
are really nice.
Yeah, Sainsbury's
Get
like
stuff
12 quid they do. Like,
Something like that, yeah.
like pizza and like 2 sides and a dip or something like that. Yeah, it's a really,
Yeah, it's
like
alright.
2 pizzas, a really good deal.
If you are a pizza guy though, again, I'm not getting paid to plug this. They are just places that I genuinely enjoy their food. Do Loco.
Oh.
Is that the one that uses the sourdough pizzas?
Yeah,
That
it's
the
up
one?
in the Belgate.
I can't remember what it used to be. It used to be an Italian, I want to say, many years ago.
Okay.
It's, you know, you've got if you're looking forward, the castle's on your left, cathedral on the right, you've got the Magna Carta just on the corner.
Yeah.
Where that little car park is,
So is it St Paul's car park? Something like
the
that.
little car park in front of the castle, is literally down there.
Oh, okay.
Their pizzas are incredible.
Immense.
Oh
give
my
that a
goodness.
go.
So good.
So good.
And they quite often do deals as well for like, I don't know if they're doing one at the minute, I can't remember, but they've done them before where the cost of living's gone high, so they go, right, okay, buy an adult pizza you can eat for free.
Yeah, usually during the summer.
Yeah.
They do that.
That's
But they
very cool.
they actually started out during COVID.
They did.
And part of their things was they were donating to like an NHS
stuff.
fund
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, okay,
Yeah,
that's
that's how
really
they started. But their pizza's amazing and they've
Yeah.
made a business out of it and it's great.
Yeah,
That's
really,
awesome.
really good.
'Cause
Highly
they-
recommend.
There's the CrossFit gym I go to is with Hughes Fit CrossFit
Yeah.
Fitness. And they always do I think it's called lift and pizza. So you obviously go and do some lifts, if that be I've got brain fart what they're called. But the idea is you just keep going until you fail, but then they supply all the pizzas, and
Nice.
it's a sourdough pizza, and I can't remember for the life of me where it is. But yeah, it wasn't greasy. It was just so nice. Because there's nothing worse than a
There's
greasy pizza.
a new sourdough it's not new, it's been there a little while now, but it's near the Sternberg, it's called Franco's, I think.
Is that the one near Everyman Cinema in that new development place near?
I
Lincoln?
don't know which one that is.
Is the what? Oh no, that one closed down.
Yeah,
I know what you mean. That closed down. I heard it was
Yeah.
someone who thought buying into a franchise just pays for itself, and they didn't invest the money properly. I could be wrong, but that's what I heard.
Oh,
So
okay.
these two people bought it, thought they were going to become millionaires, and didn't put in the work. Apparently, I don't know more than apparently.
He just made that up.
I saw it on the internet.
But
So therefore it's definitely true.
But I must admit, my local favourite restaurant has to be the Smokehouse. You know, the one off the Newark.
The food.
Fuck off.
We love the food.
Food's great.
I do love a frickle. But they're just rubbish. They were supposed to come and do some stuff for Body Slams and they didn't. But
they got wind of it because we posted it on social media through the podcast.
Yeah.
And then they said, "Oh, we'll fix this for you." And they sent a couple of emails here and back, and then it just stopped. And they also said, "We never agreed anything." She sent them the email going, "Yes, you did."
Yeah, you did.
So their food is great.
I'm a bit fickle for a frickle. I do love him. So therefore, we still go and have their food. But
no, I don't go. Another good pizza place, though, I'll quite happily say this one, is Liberty Slice.
Oh, yeah.
You pay by the slice. Holy shit.
I've heard about this one. Didn't the American guy who's on TikTok?
He did, yeah.
Didn't he come and do it?
Yeah.
I heard about it,
He rated it really high. So did the Food Review Club, if you watch him on TikTok or Instagram, whatever he's on.
Because they claim to be as good as a traditional New York pizza, don't they?
They are amazing.
Yeah,
so
everyone that I've seen have done the food reviews, they've scored it really high.
So when we first went, we were asked to give our honest opinion, and I was like, it's a little bit salty, but they've changed the recipe slightly.
No, I don't think they changed the recipe. It's just each day it's slightly different because it's fresh.
Yeah. But we've gone again, and it's amazing. And also, when you buy their full pizzas, literally the size of it is like the top of my oven. I took a picture.
A full pizza will feed 4 of you.
Oh yeah.
Easily.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know where I'm going tomorrow if I pass my mobile tester.
I'm just
celebrate slice.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But yeah, just buy the slice. They brought the prices down recently as well. So
yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, and by doing that, they haven't cut corners. It's still the same pizza. They've just gone, right, okay, business is going how it's going. Let's bring the price down and make it slightly more affordable.
Common sense approach again. People,
of course it is. Yeah.
Everyone's struggling.
Nice
I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah, really good.
FFW Pro Wrestling and Fitness Centre is the training school for Fight Factory Wrestling UK, based just off Doddington Road near the Birchwood in Lincoln. We offer wrestling training for both adults and children ages 8 years and upwards. We also offer personal training in one-to-one and group sessions, run by a husband and wife team consisting of a level 3 personal trainer and wrestling coach and registered nurse. FFW has been helping people on their fitness journey and producing professional wrestlers since 2013. We focus on your holistic well-being and care with bespoke classes and personal training sessions to suit all. More details of this can be found on our website, fightfactorywrestling.com, or you can send us an email at linkswrestling@gmail.com to get more details.
We've done Cheap Day. What sort of movies are you into?
Oh, that's a good question. So I love anything. I watch anything. Good cheeky rom-coms like The Holiday or The Magic of Christmas.
It's good.
But go-to films, Top Gun, 100%. Top Gun, Maverick.
Yeah.
I think I went to the cinema maybe like 6 times to watch Maverick. I just absolutely love that film. And then the typical action. So Mission Impossible, Fast and Furious, just those sort of great films. Really enjoy them. And you can't go wrong with Shrek.
Love
Shrek, yeah.
It's awesome. It's like, I remember watching Shrek as a kid. Now I'm watching it with my kids. It's like, this is just weird, but it hasn't aged.
That ages just so quick, though, doesn't it? When you say that, I still watch Shrek, and then you realise how young you were when it came out.
Exactly. It's like I was saying, it was what 2001. The first one came out, so I was 10. So is it 2001? I'm sure it's 2001.
Yeah, but also the fact in 2001 you were 10, and in 2001 I was.
You sure we want to finish that sentence?
I was 20.
Because you're old as shit.
I am old as shit. It's fine.
But it's what I love about it is I remember watching it, laughing at all the kiddie bits, and then obviously your parents laughing at all the innuendo.
Yeah.
And now you know the
innuendo. It's just like I'm seeing my kids watching all the funny bits, and it's just brilliant. I think it's just awesome.
We watched Shrek the stage show, didn't we? On
musical.
On the musical on something.
Online,
but it was great. It wasn't on the dodgy stick at all. It was online.
Not a dodgy stick. We don't have one.
No, we don't. But where was it? Anyway, it was good. Really liked it.
Cool. I'll have to get the voice watch then because they love Shrek.
You can find it on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember how to search for these things because I really wanted to watch
The Book of Mormon.
Yes, online because we'd been to watch it. and I wanted to watch it online, and a relative, I won't drop them in it, knows something you type in beforehand, and then you can find all these musicals, stage shows. So I'll find it and I'll link you in. I love a lot of them animated films. Like you say, you watch it back with an adult brain, and you're like, oh, it makes so much more sense now.
It's been like Lilo and Stitch. I just feel like a big kid watching all these animations. It's just awesome. But I think my next one I definitely want to watch is the F1 movie with Brad Pitt. That I've heard is absolutely epic.
Yeah, I've heard that.
We haven't been to the cinema for ages, have we?
Formula One, if I'm honest.
I love it. Absolutely love it.
Because I said to you about, like, we talk football sometimes, you're like, no, real sport, right?
Yeah, football.
But I don't get it. If I want to watch a car drive pretty fast and actually see what the car is, I can stand on the side of the road and go, meow, meow. And I get more cars for my money because it's free. Whereas Formula One, it's, oh, I missed it. What? It's a blur.
I must admit, so yeah, if you're going to watch it, it's so much better to watch it on TV. 100%. Obviously, you're right there in the action.
I think that's any sport, isn't it?
It is with any sport. And I was fortunate enough that I went to the Abu Dhabi F1 back in 2022 because my sister lives in Abu Dhabi. And it's ridiculous how cheap it was. So to give you a comparison, I've heard rumours or horror stories of Silverstone. Just race day, like £600-700 per person.
Oh, wow.
It's ludicrous money.
Who has that kind of money? That's like...
Now, some people treat that like a holiday, though.
Yeah,
it's not all millionaires. It's some people will save up, and that'll be their annual or biannual holiday.
And how do you save up in today's day?
You can go. So you can go camping. So many people will take their RVs or go camping and spend the whole weekend there. But that was just to give you an idea of comparison. So I took me and my ex, and we went. It was Wednesday pit walk, Thursday practice, Friday practice, Saturday practice and quali, and and obviously Sunday race, including all the F2, including 4 concerts, which was Def Leppard, Usher, Drake, Swedish House Mafia, £200 each.
Wow.
It was epic.
Bargain.
But you are right, it is literally.
That's good.
There you go again. But the atmosphere is just incredible.
Yeah.
And a lot of the F1 is don't get me wrong, when it rains, that's when the true racing will look like Silverstone. The results are always so different.
Yeah.
The rain is really a equaliser.
Yeah.
But for me, I think it's just you also got the drama. Like, so I've always dabbled with it, and then I watched F1 Drive to Survive, and then I was just hooked because you get into all the background. Like, for example, Christian Horner, he's just been sacked by Red Bull, so it's a bit of drama. Where is he going to go? You've got obviously Verstappen. Is he leaving Red Bull? Is he going to go Mercedes? If he goes Mercedes, who's going to go? Is Antonelli going to get sacked? Unlikely. George Russell's been with Mercedes. He went through the Mercedes Academy, so it's a little bit of drama as well. But I just love the racing, and I love motorsports like MotoGP. I'll get over to Cadwell and watch British Superbikes. Love it.
Hayden gets his drama from EastEnders.
No comment.
Do you? Bet you do too. Do you?
I know. I grew up on Coronation Street, and that was my mum and Nan's Emmerdale and Coronation Street. Is like, no, I just can't watch any of that now.
And Hollyoaks and all that lot.
Oh
my
Lord,
God.
yeah.
That was like tripe on it. Absolutely.
Never watched it.
But one motorsport I can't get my head around though is NASCAR.
That's just a big circle,
Big
right?
circle. I don't get it. That I do not
The
get.
Americans love it though.
They go mental for it. They are absolutely gaga for it. I mean, F1's becoming so much more popular in America now because you got Texas, you got Miami. I think there's like 3 or 4. There's 3 races at the moment in America. I think there might be a 4th.
Yeah.
So they're taking over. But NASCAR, it's just going on in a big circle. I don't get it.
I don't like that.
So the only thing that's piqued my interest with F1 is we went to the Tottenham Stadium tour.
Nice.
And they've got the F1 track under there for the go-karts, and then they've got the simulators and stuff, and I'd like to do that. But
that's just because it's a big video game.
Yeah, essentially it's a big video game or real-life Mario Kart, isn't it? And that's another one I can get behind, Mario Kart. I love Mario Kart. But yeah, like, I remember speaking to my cousin, and he started speaking about Verstappen, and I was like...
Who's Verstappen?
I know of this person. I know nothing about this person. You're not a real Dutch guy. Fuck off.
Well, of course,
he's a hero.
You're half Dutch, aren't you?
Yeah, he's an absolute hero.
Yeah, he is. Well, he is. He's 4-time world champion. He's been carrying Red Bull for the last God knows how many years by himself. It really has. It's only 'cause
Shame on you for not knowing this.
The only one I really know of is the one who I dislike because, again, it's not even my fight, but he went on this big race rant. Can't talk. Big race rant about how you shouldn't support white-owned businesses. This. Yes, and then he drives a Mercedes and wears Hugo Boss.
It's all German.
And it's all German that supported Hitler. So if you are really militant about, you feel you have been pushed in some race agenda and you're going to go against this, why are you taking the money off these?
That's like vegans wearing leather shoes.
Exactly. Now, again, in my naivety, we're going to deviate a little bit. I didn't realise that there is as much racism in the UK as what there actually is until the other day when we were in the sauna and that guy started his rant.
Oh, yeah.
I know there's racist people and I know there's racism, but like, wow.
There's racism and then there was him.
Yeah.
And
holy shit.
But I'm not one for like keeping my mouth shut. So I questioned him I questioned him on everything. And
honestly,
he didn't have an answer for some of it though, did he?
Outright prick.
Yeah.
I think the term racist is kind of, it's such a,
it's a thrown away.
It's thrown away now. And so it appears to be anyone on the left. If you don't agree with them, suddenly you're right wing racist. It's like, well, no, it's just my view. That's what I don't agree with you. Mm-hmm. But like you say, then but it seems to be like such a, because there's now such divide. Now I'm a huge believer of like a bit that follows the bit of the Andy's Man Club sort of mantra is don't talk politics, don't talk religion, yada yada yada. What you do in your own home, do in your own home.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
We come together as a community. I don't care if you're Muslim, Sikh, British, white, black, whatever.
Yeah.
If you're a good human being and a nice human being, I will treat you the same. If you're the biggest, I will be the bigger.
If you're an arsehole, you're an arsehole. It doesn't matter what colour, creed, race or anything that you are. No. Like, if you're a dick, you're a dick.
Yeah.
Simple as.
It's exactly. And it doesn't need to be the segregation of... So many people used to go, oh, I'm a Muslim British or I'm an Indian British. Like, no, you're British.
Yeah.
Get rid of that first bit. You're British. So why does it have to be the segregation?
I'm all for being proud of a background. Like, I'm all for that.
I'm Cypriot. And and I love my background. But again, there doesn't have to be segregation.
No, absolutely not. No, but it blows my mind. And again, like, we can go back to when I deep dive into this stuff, why this group of people hate this group of people. I just don't get it. Like, I can't remember who I was speaking. I think it was possibly Nathan Cruz, speaking about you can give two people a bottle of whiskey each and they'll have a fight by the end of it. Yeah, the chances are they'll have a fight. Let them smoke a joint and they'll find common ground and they'll become friends. Like, there's so much of all this group of people. Hey, just chill out and find your common grounds because most people are decent.
How do you fuel the fire? And that's all it is. It's like, and I think that's brings us back around to like what the world we are in today is because your brain constantly needs to be in that fight or flight. It needs to find negativity. It needs to find something to fight against. Mm-hmm. I think that's why in my opinion, that's why we have these possible issues like stop oil or anything like that, simply because it's like, what are you actually arguing about? Life is good. What do you need to protest about? And the problem is if people, if you got your own views, of course, but then don't start impacting other people's.
Yeah, exactly.
And I remember, oh God, I remember one time when I came back off tour. Obviously not in a good place. Walking up, Theo would have been 4. Would have been 4. I just came back from Shader. I was walking up the street, and I come to Mackey's. So I said, like you do. Went to Mackey's, got a quick bite to eat, and I had a burger. He had a burger, and this guy came up and just screamed at me, "Murderer!" And I went. Obviously, my first thought, well, how does he know I'm in the military? How does he know I've just come back from? Because I've literally just come back from theatre, and I was like, so my 4-year-old son's next to me. And I was like, excuse me, you're eating meat? Oh, right, well, that's what you're calling me. Right, okay. And I was like, mate, why just do your own thing? Do your own thing. Don't call me a murderer in front of my 4-year-old son.
Yeah.
And just crack on. And that really annoyed me, how just someone can just be so blatant about their own personal opinions, but have such a, that's an awful thing to call someone.
Yeah.
Just because they don't agree with that.
It's a weird one for me because, like, I hate the thought of killing animals, apart from spiders, fuck spiders, mosquitoes. But every other animal, like, I hate the thought of killing them. I hate the thought process of what the animal going to the slaughterhouse, right? But I'm a meat eater, and I love a steak. I love pork. Like, chicken is, I live on chicken and turkey.
Yep.
So it's a necessary evil. And in
But
the
is
wild,
it evil though?
I think the way some animals are treated, absolutely.
Yeah. But is it
and not,
like...
again, we know a slaughterman, and I'm not saying it's here necessarily, but I know in other countries there's problems with it. But everywhere you go, you're going to find good people and bad people, and some people will mistreat the animals. And I think we need to find other ways. There's no replacement for animal protein in our diets. No. I don't think.
No.
You know, like you can.
Like the carnivore diet, I tried that, and that was just amazing. I lost so much weight with that.
Me too. I got down to 65 kilos and felt the best I ever did, but it's really restrictive.
She says,
I love chocolate.
smashing half a bar of.
What's the point?
But I think one program I love is Clarkson's Farm, because he really shows that care for the animal, but then also he says it's like it's I think he calls it farmer logic, isn't it? Where a good farmer will naturally care for its animal, rear it, grow it, care for it, love it. But then he knows he has to send it off to slaughter for financial gain and for the business. So it's it is, like you said, farmer logic.
Yeah, I think if you're a good farmer and you're treating your animals right, then they're probably having a better life than in the wild. And I know they don't know any different, right? And you can't think for how an animal thinks. I don't think any of us, no matter what scientists say, I don't think we can understand.
No.
But if you know you're getting your regular food, you don't have to hunt, you're not in massive amounts of danger from prey until human says so, right? But like, you're well protected, you're warm when you need to be warm, everything's catered for the best possible life you can have, then I'm all for it. But so much, you see all these pig farming things and it's quite disturbing, really. And again, I know it happens, and I know I'm part of that problem because I eat it, but again, we're digressing massively on that.
Like you always do.
So we're not going to do mental health for animals, are we?
No. Though, if we could, that'd be pretty cool.
He's like Dr. Dolittle for animals, though. Like, if he sees anything, bird, anything, you're like, oh, come on, hello.
Yeah, I just like animals. So, wrestling fan. What is your what got you into being a wrestling fan? Favourite matches, favourite wrestlers?
Oh god, so I'm going back to when I was a kid myself. So my cousin Zach, he was a fanatic wrestler. Loved it. And so every time I went round here, again, it was something that we bonded over. So again, I'm going back 20 plus years. So I'm going back in the days of like Eddie Guerrero. I remember when he sadly passed away, and then Rey Mysterio first came on the scene, and John Cena first came on the scene, and you had Kane, and you had The Undertaker and all that, and then what was Triple H and
China?
No, it's Triple H and I was saying Shawn McMahon, but it wasn't
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels, their duo, I can't forget one.
DX,
that's it. So those are sort of obviously my era of wrestlers.
So the tail end of the Attitude Era into the Ruthless Aggression Era.
Yeah, so it's kind of like when, again, you had Randy Orton playing the constant bad guy in his little Speedos, and then you got, who was the cowboy?
JBL.
Who? JBL, again,
yeah.
Arrogant prick, but he was so good at it. And then you had Hulk Hogan with Shawn Michaels. And it's just, I love that, the drama, the charismatic, the show it presented, and of course it's fucking fake because
of course it's fake.
Predetermined. Predetermined. But then everyone goes, it's predetermined or fake. Like, well, what's any different to Hollyoaks or EastEnders? Or what's the difference?
Or a movie.
It's just entertainment.
Yeah.
And by God, what entertainment is it? And I think it's just that, you're seeing it, and it's just that. No matter what you all say, we all enjoy seeing a bit of fight, a bit of violence regarding it. It's in our nature, it's human nature too. So I just think it's just awesome. And then again, like any great sport, it brings people together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
And it brings that community together. So people that you normally wouldn't talk to,
Yeah.
like football, like F1, like rugby, you then suddenly have this common enjoyment, which just brings people together to have a great time. And then you have that bit of banter. Who's your favourite wrestler? Or who's your favourite actor? Then you have that little bit of, is it John Cena versus Randy Orton? A bit of tension there, or The Rock. Do you know what I mean? It's just that. I just love what it brings to people. And then again, when we did your 150 show, again taking theory to that, and that he again first a bit overstimulated because obviously the whole environment and the autism.
Yeah.
By the end of it, he was giving the wrestlers a hard time, and what was it? Was it white pencil or white crayon? White crayon, and it was just like I was loving it. He was absolutely just getting involved with it. And I think that's that. It brings people's passion out, and it just gives them a space where they feel safe. They can feel safe to be who they want to be.
Yeah.
And I think that I got all the time in the war for that.
I think it's people need to, if they've never been to wrestling, and again, this isn't an advert for us, it's not all, a lot of British wrestling, WWE, AEW, any good, semi-good wrestling, it's like you say, you go in and just enjoy it. And we had Stu on trying to travel 2 weeks ago.
Episode 15.
Yeah. And if you just go in, if you've never been, and just embrace it for what it is, it's a great evening of entertainment, great day of entertainment, whatever time you go in. And if you let your inhibitions go and just boo and cheer and get involved, it's great. And like you say, we brought this up, it's people who you would probably never bump into and talk to and become friends with. Even within the training school, never mind fan base, these are people you probably wouldn't hang out with, but now all of a sudden you find this common ground. You've become really good friends with people that you wouldn't have imagined being friends with years before you'd met them. You see it in wrestling communities of fans. Like they literally, you're going to this show this weekend, we'll see you in London, or you're going to this show, we'll see you in Sheffield. And they're travelling and meeting up with each other in different towns to go and watch different shows. I think it's great.
And again, it's just another form of positive mental health, because again, you're meeting up with people that you know you're going to have a good time.
Yeah.
Gives you something to look forward to. Gives you something that gives you a bit of excitement. And like you say, not only are you going for a great show, it's like, I'm going to go see my mate there, or going to see I just think it's awesome. It really is.
One of the nicest things when I travel around the country with the Cage at the Ring is that I get to meet people on a regular basis, and they remember me and they come up, they give me a hug, say hi, how are you doing, how's the kids, what's it, and that's the really cool.
Sometimes weird, but it's sometimes nice.
Yeah. There are some times when you meet fans and they seem to know a lot about you, and you're like,
wrestling is definitely one of those where it attracts some interesting
characters.
Interesting characters,
So we'll cut forward a little bit. So obviously the WWE has like the Hall of Fame. So who would you put? So what person or thing would you put into your Hall of Fame?
So it's from your personal. It doesn't have to be a wrestling related thing.
Anything.
Anybody and anything. So you get two things to put in your personal Hall of Fame.
So my Hall of Fame, of course, it has to be my papu. So my granddad. Yeah. He was, being a separate family, I was the firstborn male. So I was just like, he idolised me, God bless him. So papu would definitely, obviously, and that goes, of course, my parents, of course, would be there. But papu just, obviously, God do I miss him. He would definitely be my Hall of Fame. My item, I was like, if you ask me this in about a month time, I'll place in my new motorbike game. But currently, I'm gonna be good. I ain't gonna pick two. It had to be my signed Martin Johnson rugby top.
Okay.
Because I met Martin Johnson after he won the World Cup.
Yeah.
And a rugby camp, and he is a monster. He's huge. Mm-hmm. But that's my claim to fame. I tackled Martin Johnson. He didn't take a fall. I had him on the ground, little 10-year-old of me, or however old I was. He tackling this 6'8" man. But also just maybe just my medals that I've earned. Nothing, not to be pretentious, but that's something that I love the fact that I'm going to give to my kids. Yeah. And it's something I'm going to hand down to them, and it's something a bit of my history that I've kind of gone through. So that's probably what I would.
There's nothing wrong with having a bit of pride. Like sometimes it's looked at as such a negative thing, but not at all.
It's not.
If you've earned something, it's good to be proud of it.
Yeah. It tells a story, doesn't it?
It does. It's just it's unfortunate. It's just the stuff that you see and do and to get it. But it's like my dad's. So obviously when my dad eventually goes, I know I'm going to get my granddad's medals, my dad's medals, and it's just that lovely bit of family history because the Samaritans family have got such a high military presence. It's just great to be able to pass that down. And I've also got a limited edition RAF Police watch. Yeah. That's obviously, I think it's X of 150 made again. That's going to go to one of my boys. So again, it's just that bit of history of where I started my career.
Yeah, I think it's good to have stuff like that. I mean, every single day, the stethoscope that I use is my dad's.
Oh, I love
and
that.
He used that for 40 odd years. It was one of the last items from him, and he gave me it at the start of my nursing training.
Oh wow!
And I still use it. So it's got odd ear connectors, but it's his and it's great.
Bit of like I say, a bit of personal history to you.
Yeah, and the amount of hearts and lungs that thing's listened to is just
God, that
so
puts it in
much
perspective,
to it.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's like
Jesus
listen
Christ,
to everything. So yeah, I love it. I remember.
I don't like it.
Why?
Because remember when I put it in my ears and shouted in it?
Yeah, stupid idea. I was like, yeah.
I've seen it in a movie.
Do they have to? Are they designed to be that cold? Yeah, I swear to God, they're made of a metal that is just unreasonably cold.
I do try and warm it up. I'm like, I'm really sorry. Or especially during the winter, travelling around being a community nurse, it's been in my car and I'm like, I'm so sorry. But, yeah. There you go.
I thought you were finishing the sentence.
No,
I was just waiting for you.
No.
She just rubbed the things, keeping it warm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently not.
I say it's a good thing there's a camera there because now the sound effects that would be some context.
Oh no, I'll clip that together somehow. So on the opposite side of that, we have the black ball. So anything you'd get rid of from life. It can be funny, it can be serious, just anything. If you could get rid of it in an ideal world, what would you get rid of? One thing.
Taxes.
Taxes, yeah, me too.
I think taxes the laughy one. I think just for me is segregation. Just everyone be one community. I think that'd be the ideal world.
Yeah.
You've not got it on here, but I'm going to remember. It's a question that always comes in from Nick.
Oh yeah. Well, no, I've got that.
You've got it.
Yeah, but I was going to go to this here because again we're looking at a fan's perspective, which is often overlooked.
It is.
So, wrestlers will often seek wrestlers who have been in the job longer for advice, which I think is massively important. Not me shitting it out. We learn from each other as wrestlers, and you never stop learning. And one thing that I found massively valuable is finding the opinion of the fan, not straight after a show going, "Hey, was I really good? Do you like me? Can I sign something for you?" Not that sort of thing.
He does that.
I was going to say that has genuinely happened at one of our shows, hasn't it? One person did that. they never wrestled again.
Not us anyway.
But yeah, if you could give advice to anybody as a fan who was getting into wrestling, what would your advice be? Because you look at it through different eyes than somebody who's involved.
I think for me, I guess I'm going to look at this from Theo's perspective. Any advice I was going to give him is just be the real you. Just be true to yourself, and as long as you enjoy it, and as long as you love it, doesn't matter what people think.
Yeah.
And I think,
unfortunately, a little bit of it does though, because that's what pay the wages, isn't it? When if you, because some people take that very literally, and we have this, and I get what you're saying. I totally get it, and I agree. But some people within wrestling will hear that and go, "Well, I'm not changing my plan because I want to do this." And we're then like, "Yeah, but we've already seen The Undertaker. We don't need The Undertaker. The Undertaker, everybody knows who that is. You need to be the real you."
And I guess that's maybe where I'm maybe to extend on that. Then is like, don't be afraid to express what you really want. So if you explore new things and just have that confidence and that bravery to go, you know what, I'm going to try this. They say, I like The Undertaker, but I'm going to go put my own twist and spin on it. And I don't care what people think. If this spin works, awesome. If not, just go with it. And I think so many people, and I'm the same, your own fears stop you. And one of the lads said something in one of the groups recently, it's like, the way you see yourself, no one else sees it. You're so critical in yourself, but no one else sees it. So I think that probably my advice is be true to who you want and just go for it. Just shoot for the stars.
Yeah, I think that's a good one.
It is a good one.
And also, not everybody sees the same version of you.
Yeah.
Like, everyone has that different opinion.
Yeah, they do.
So, anything that you'd like to plug?
Anything I'd like to plug?
Yeah, anything you'd like to advertise while you're here?
Advertise yourself. What the hell plug do you want me to put in?
Yeah, that big as an OnlyFans. The link's just there again.
I think I definitely have to give a shout out to my own mum. My mum's business. She owns holiday cottages in Skegness. So she owns luxury cottages where we've got one, which is Lambourne, the house that I grew up in. That's can hold up to, I think it's 10 to 12 people.
Yeah.
And then that's got its own gym, its own jacuzzi. And then she's got 4 other apartments that sit all in the same complex. And they've also got a swimming pool they can use. It's in a beautiful, when it came to COVID, it was perfect. It was so quiet, so picturesque.
You did lockdown right, didn't you?
We were very fortunate. We were very, very fortunate with lockdown. So no, I definitely have to give a shout out to my mum's business because, like, unfortunately, any hospitality or holiday business, unfortunately, are really suffering at the moment.
You have to send us the link and we'll put it.
Yeah, no, I will. Thank you. That's very so kind of you. I'll definitely send that to you guys because, like I'm sure you guys know the council are making life incredibly different for everyone.
Yes.
The council making life difficult?
No.
Heaven forbid.
They are great people who always fix the roads on time.
I'm sure Jeremy Clarkson agrees as well. So there's that one. But then, like I said, just AMC, you've got all the military, so you've got RBL, the military charities that obviously get such great advertisement. And I think obviously in just William St. Hughes Cross Fitness is that's just a great community of individuals because it's not just a gym. I've never known a gym like it's all CrossFit, but you can take your kids. So there's been times I've taken my little lad, obviously I have my boys at the weekends. My eldest is old enough to stay at home, but if I still want to go to the gym, I take my little 3-year-old. And they welcome kids, and there's like sometimes parents who want to do the CrossFit sessions, they bring like a creche. Yeah. And they have the little kids sat in the creche, and the mum and dad will do a training session together. And it's a great opportunity, great community. It really is, and it's just off Dixon Street, so it's just down, where.
Oh yeah.
Near the uniform place.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
I dropped a poster off there once when we were getting the uniform from Madison.
We did.
Yeah, that's it. So that's the place. Yeah. So it's a great community, great environment, and you can ask more from the gym, to be honest.
Cool.
There you go.
But now I need to ask that question.
Yeah.
What would you call your big toes?
What would I call my big toes?
Yeah.
I guess in camel toe is kind of out of the question, is it?
Oh, you can do what you like.
Maybe Bill and Ben?
Bill and Ben, there you go.
That might have been done.
I don't know.
Doesn't matter. Everyone's allowed to do what they want.
Yeah, of course they are.
Yeah, that's a viewer question.
It's a viewer question.
We don't even put out like viewer questions at the minute because I can't keep up with the schedule as in when things are going out and who and with and what. Yeah. But we know it's coming, so.
Yeah, so there you go. That's great.
Let me just have a look at the notes there. That's all from a previous show that we don't need to look at.
Yeah.
So that wraps us up.
It does.
17.
17.
I've done all 17. I have not had a week off with this.
Welcome to my world.
It's all about me.
Of course it is.
But yeah, the final thing for me, guys, is first, thank you again for having me. But from an AMC perspective, as I said, it's every Monday night bar, bank holidays, 7 o'clock, and within 50 clicks or 50 kilometres of Lincoln, we've actually got 12 other venues ranging from Sleaford, Immingham, Grimsby, and everything in between.
Brilliant.
So there's loads. And eventually the mission is they want a man is man club within 30 minutes of every man in Scotland, England and Wales. So that's the mission statement.
Yeah.
Well, if anyone's got any questions, it's really easy to find on Google as well. So I know we'll put the links in for Instagram and Facebook, but it's really easy to find. Don't be afraid to contact them. And I think that pretty much brings us to the end.
Yeah, it does.
So thanks very much for your time. We really appreciate it.
I really enjoyed it. Thank you, guys. It's been brilliant.
I think this is the most well-behaved I've ever been.
I know, there was no burp count or anything.
Oh no, there was a few burps because of my
he was trying to hold
unbranded can, but because it was quite
but
serious.
we'll sign off by saying don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Count one. And just for the guys out there, remember that it is okay to talk.
Thank you, bye.